Land is an important aspect of property possession, because for you to have any property, first that property has to sit on something, so that is land itself. So land itself is a property. The importance of land ownership cannot be overemphasized. This is because land is a fixed asset of production. It is an important aspect of production that every other economic value usually revolves around it. Now, how do you get property ownership? How do you get land title? What are the things you are supposed to look out for when possessing land title? Welcome to Real Estate Made Easy. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, this is where we educate you about property tips, giving you pro tips, warning, advice, and guides, so that you can be a smart investor and you can make wise real estate investment decisions. We will be starting a new series on Real Estate Made Easy. If you have missed any of our previous episodes, do yourself a favor by going through them and learn one thing or the other. Make sure you get yourself a cup of tea, relax, and calm down, because you have a lot in stock for you. Today we'll be starting a new series, as I've earlier said, that is how to understand the hierarchy of property title in Nigeria. Before the advent of 1978 Land Use Act, land ownership in Nigerians has different means. These include communal land, stool or chieftaincy land, family land, then we have individual or separate land. These are various means by which Nigerians occupy land. Now, after the advent of 1978 Land Use Act, that has made it mandatory that all land in a state belongs to the what? To the governor of the state. All land are under the custody of a state governor. So at least in whichever part of Nigeria you are staying, now the number one land owner of that state is the governor. So it's the governor now, according to the Land Use Act of 1978, that has the right to allocate land and to give land to people. That is settled. Now, having understood that, different land title now are what? In existence. And ignorance of this title land make it difficult for people to actually know which one they are buying, and how do they even know which one is right and which one is wrong. We are starting a new series, that is how to understand the hierarchy of property titles in Nigeria, so that you know what it means by some of these jargons you'll be hearing. What is a gazetted accession? What is governor consent? What is CFO? What is accession? All of these things, you need to understand them. So in this series, we'll be breaking down some of these terms and terminology. So make sure you do not miss any of this series. So if you are here to subscribe to this channel, do yourself a favor now by actually turning on the subscription bell as well as the notification bell, so that anytime we post new video, you will be the first to know, and you can of course upgrade your real estate investment knowledge. So today, let me start from the beginning, the basis, that after the Land Use Act of 1978, all land now are now vested into the custody of the state governor. So the state governor of each state is the chief landlord of the state. The state governor is the one now that has the right to allocate land to people for different purposes by which they want to have it. Now, what are the things that can happen to a land? A land now can either be two things. A land can either be free or it can be acquired. That is, a land can be under a government acquisition or a non-government acquisition. So this is the basis. If a land is free, it means that you are free to perfect your title on it. However, if a land is under government acquisition, then you need to ask, which kind of acquisition is it? Is it a committed acquisition or a non-committed acquisition? If it is a committed acquisition, that is actually a no-go area for you, because it means that government have identified what they want to use that for. And if it is a non-committed acquisition, then there's hope for you to still get that property from government through various means. So at the end of this episode, I will then go further to enlighten you about the difference between a committed acquisition as well as non-committed acquisition, and so that by the time you understand the difference between the two, then you know which one is suitable for you and which one you should go for, and how do you go about perfecting your title. So today, so that this video will not be too long, because I just wanted to add a background knowledge of what we are doing now, that this series will be educating you about the hierarchy of title documents in Nigeria. What are the things you need to know? So make sure you watch the next episode after this video for you to understand the difference between a committed government acquisition as well as non-committed government acquisition. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Like I told you, land can be of two things. A land can either be free or it can be acquired. If a land is free, it means that you can perfect your title and of course have your CFO on it. If a land is under government acquisition, then you need to know what kind of acquisition is it. Is it a committed acquisition or not a committed acquisition? If it's a non-committed acquisition, it means that you can still get that land through a process known as what? Ratification or government allocation. However, if a property is under committed acquisition, it means that it is a no-go area for you because government has identified a need for that property. Perhaps government wants to have a cemetery, they want to have a train station, a police station, a school, probably a primary school, secondary school, or tertiary institution, a hospital, airport. These are for common use or public use. So this property, government has earmarked it for that particular purpose. So if you are occupying such property, you are only buying that property, you are only occupying that property temporarily till the government is ready to use the land for the purpose for which they have reserved it. And by that time, government will just simply kick you out without any form of compensation. So for you to have different understanding of all of this, that what does it mean to have a committed acquisition or not committed acquisition, make sure you watch the next video so that you get better information about this. Thank you. If you want to subscribe to this video, please do not hesitate to do so now. Kindly subscribe to this video, turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I upload new video. I hope you've gained one thing or the other about the history, the genesis of hierarchy of land title. Like I told you in the subsequent video, I will tell you the difference between a committed acquisition as well as non-committed acquisition and what do they mean, what are the examples, and how do you go about them. So make sure you do not miss the next video. Of course, I remain your #1 award-winning real estate consultant, property advisor, Bello Kamaldeen Idowu. So if you are here to subscribe to this video, please make sure you subscribe now, turn on the notification bell, and if you have any question, please feel free to drop them in the comment section, or you see our hotline there, feel free to send a message to us or give us a WhatsApp call or a number call. They will be happy to answer your questions or your inquiry. Thanks so much for liking this video, thanks so much for sharing, and of course thanks so much for your usual support. Till I come your way again next time, remain blessed. Thank you.